How's it going, guys? Welcome back to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to break down a trade that I did take throughout this last week. I'm going to break down why I got in the trade, where I got in, where I got out, and how you could take a similar trade yourself. Now, keep in mind, this trade right here was taken with my swing trading strategy. So I'm going to start off on the higher time frame. So what I usually do is I will start off on the weekly, the daily, and then I will look to enter on the 4-hour chart or the 1-hour chart. Now, sometimes I will go to the monthly for confluence as well, but with the monthly, it's such a slow moving time frame that I don't actually need to check the monthly all that often. So what we'll do in today's video, now we jump onto the charts, I will start off on the weekly chart and I'll talk you through my analysis and what I was thinking when looking at taking this trade. Another thing to keep in mind, first of all, what I will mention is that with my swing trading strategy, obviously with it being a swing strategy, there is, less opportunity on specific pairs. So I have got a bigger basket of, currency pairs that I do look at when looking for opportunities within the market. So this trade in particular was taken on USD CHF. And for me, this pair is a really nice pair. It moves nice and there's some very, very good opportunity on this pair, especially using this swing strategy. Now, as you can see, what we are on is the weekly chart. And what I want to do first of all is I want to identify my most recent break of structure. So my most recent break of structure is this one right here. So we've had a break of structure to the downside. Now what you'll notice if we zoom out is that we have been pretty much sort of moving sideways right here, and then we come down, and then now the most recent price action is moving to the downside. Now what I want to know is kind of the expectation we're looking at, right? So what we've got is we've got a break of structure down here, and then what we did is we swept, broke, so we broke on structure here, closed below, and the overall expectation is for a retracement, and then eventually what we're looking at is to come down, break this low, put in a new lower low, new lower high, and then a new lower low, continuing the overall most recent weekly trend. Now the trade that I did take is a long trade, so it is actually a higher risk trade, so it's higher risk. But the reason why I did take this is because, as you can see, we've got sort of this level right here, right? And then price came down. We got a really nice rejection with this bullish candle right here. And then it came up, it came back down, and we got another rejection at the lows. So we've got, really nice price action down here, which is telling us that price is struggling to move below these lows. Multiple rejections. And at this point, what I was thinking is that we might come a bit, higher, mitigate something up here, and then continue to the downside eventually. And that's the overall idea, which I was looking at on the weekly time frame. And then jumping down on to the daily chart, what we will notice that has happened now is, again, we've come below, we've rejected. So we've come below, rejected, come back down, rejected, and then now we're on the way back up, and we've also now most recently swept below these daily lows right here, which is a previous weekly low as well, which do hold a lot of liquidity when you're looking at opportunities within the market. Now looking at this is kind of what I was looking at. The most recent sort of break of structure on the daily is this one right here. So what you could expect after the break of structure is a retracement up into premium of this daily leg. So this swing high to this swing low, could see a retracement to premium before continuing to the downside. So that was the overall idea. That was the higher time frame analysis around this trade. So what I'll do now is I'll jump down onto the lower time frame, which in this case would be the 4-hour chart. And the 4-hour chart is what I did take this trade on. So on the 4-hour, as you can see, the same exact things are happening on the daily and the weekly. This is our sort of 4-hour swing leg, if you like. And what you'll notice has happened now is we've come below, we've had a reaction to this, and this candle in particular is the NFP candle. So what you will notice has happened on this candle is that we opened right here, right? We came below and then we've come back up and closed above. So essentially what I'm looking for now, after this really nice reaction to these lows, is a break of a prominent high, which for me would be this one right here. Just for the simple fact is, as you can see, we've came down, we've had this small pullback, we broke below again, we swept lows, and then if we get a break above this area, we can then look for the retracement into sort of an OTE level, an order block, fair value gap, whatever you want to use, and then we can look to take that a little bit higher into some of these highs up here. So let's see what happens on the 4-hour chart, right? So we come up, eventually we do break these highs, and what you need to keep in mind is that this is a 4-hour chart, so this does take some time to develop. And then at this point, once we got this break above this high, it's only with a wick, but that doesn't really matter in my trade plan. Some people might want to wait for a body close, but a wick close for me is absolutely fine. And then what I was looking to do is I was looking to get involved somewhere around this order block. So what I did is I set my order on here. I did have a 50 pip stop, and then I was looking for a 1 to 2. So this is what my trade looked like, right? And at this point, obviously, you would probably wait in sort of a couple of hours or a couple of days for price to retrace, come back in, tag us in, and then come up towards take profit. And this is when, you know, I see a lot of the time trades work out really, really well, is when we get that slow retracement back in, a nice wick entry in, and then we can go. So what happens now is that price does retrace. Again, keeping in mind that this is a 4-hour chart, so it did take quite a long time to tag me in. We came down with an aggressive candle, and then straight after that we get this really, really nice reaction. And then at this point, what I was looking to do is at least break these highs. Once we got a break of these highs and a close above these highs, so if we come up like this, right, and close above these highs right here, the chances of us continuing towards our take profit is very, very high. So let's see what happens now. So we come up, we break these highs, and at this point I went break even. So this trade essentially is risk free. So if this trade does decide to come back now to my entry, this would be a risk free trade, and I would be taken out at break even. So let's see what happens, and let's see how we run to take profit. So this trade was a really, really fast trade in terms of my swing trade. You know, my swing trading strategy, sometimes I can be in a trade for around a week, sometimes a couple of days, and this trade in particular was very, very fast. And then at this moment in time, if we just go out of bar replay, what you will notice is that price has reversed and it's come back down over to my entry now, and we're actually now seeing again a reaction. So if you missed this first trade, what you could have done is you could have got involved on a fib retracement, could have got an entry sort of around this level, stop below the lows, and then you could be looking to take out the highs for around another 2%. So that's another way that you could get involved. It is a Friday afternoon, and market does close in, you know, at 10 PM tonight in the UK. So please keep that in mind when you are looking at this. But kind of what we could see now is we could come up and see price take out these highs right here, which would be a really another nice opportunity. I weren't looking at this personally because I've took a win on this. I did take a loss on Euro USD, so I'm up 1% this week, and for this month I'm sitting at around 4%. So what I'll do is I will put the execution screenshot on screen from MT5, because I know a lot of people do like to see that, just to see that I'm taking trades, you know, in the live markets and not just one of these people that do hindsight trading. But overall, this is the trade that I did take this week. Very, very nice trade on my swing trading strategy. I am trading this alongside my day trading strategy, but overall the swing trading style has been really, really nice, just to, you know, have a little less time on the charts. And basically what I could do is set this order, leave it to be tagged in, and then it's pretty much a set and forget method. So that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. If this video did help you out, please leave a like on today's video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And without further ado, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.